My apologies. I think we're going to get started here. This is the Santa Clara County LAFCO meeting of December 3rd. Good afternoon, and we welcome you to the December 3rd meeting of the Local Agency Formation Commission of Santa Clara County. This is an in-person meeting of the commission. Members of the public may also attend and participate in this meeting by virtual teleconference using the login information provided. And I do believe we do have a member attending remotely from the city, in the city of Gilroy, and we will get to that shortly. Santa Clara LAFCO strongly denounces hate speech and does not tolerate disruptive behavior in our meetings. LAFCO prides itself on the rich diversity of our residents. We are committed to creating a culture of belonging where members of our diverse communities feel included and safe and respected. This meeting is considered a limited public forum, which means that LAFCO can regulate the time, place, and manner of speech to prevent our meetings from being disrupted. This protects the rights of other speakers and ensures that LAFCO can accomplish its business in a reasonably efficient manner. All public comments must relate to that agenda item. If this directive is ignored following a warning by me, the speaker will be muted if you are online. LAFCO cannot guarantee that the public's access to teleconferencing technology will be uninterrupted, and technical difficulties may occur from time to time. Unless required by the Brown Act, the meeting will continue despite technical difficulties for participants using the teleconferencing option. Members of the public in the chambers who wish to address the commission on an item should complete a request speaker form, and those are over there, and turn them into the clerk. Speakers are requested to limit their comments to 3 minutes. Members of the public who are attending the meeting by virtual teleconferencing and wish to address the commission should use the raise hand feature. Those participating by phone should dial *9. Staff can call on you by name or by the last digits of the phone number and unmute each speaker in turn at the appropriate time. Written public comments will be distributed to the commission and posted online onto the online agenda, but will not be read out loud. At this time, I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Commissioner Arenas? Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Bell? Commissioner Kishimoto?
Here.
Commissioner Lee?
Present.
Commissioner Trumbull?
Present.
Commissioner Turner?
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Campos? Alternate Commissioner Chapman?
Present.
Alternate Commissioner Young? Alternate Commissioner Hilton?
Here.
And then alternate Commissioner O'Neill.
Present.
Great. Madam Vice Chair, we do have a quorum with 6 present.
Thank you. Alternate Commissioner Hilton is participating remotely from the Gilroy City Hall. Alternate Commissioner Hilton, is there anyone attending the meeting at your location?
Okay.
No.
We can't hear you.
No, there is not.
Okay. If that changes, can you let us know?
Yes.
Thank you. Going on to item number 2, public comment. This is a time for any member of the public to address the commission on matters not on the agenda, provided the matter is within the commission's subject matter jurisdiction. Speakers in the chamber will be called first, followed by speakers participating virtually. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. For those in the chambers, if you wish to address the commission, fill out a request to speak form and place it in the tray. Are there any requests to speak forms at this time? Sonia?
Yes, there should these speaker
But
forums?
on public comment, items not on the agenda. These are all on, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for identifying that. I have several speaker cards here. When your name is called, please come to the front and speak at the podium. The first I have is Vincent Ushikubo, and then following him is Leah. And it'll start automatically.
Okay.
And then the timer, can you see the timer?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, LAFCO Commission members. My name is Vincent Ushikubo, SEIU 521 Assistant Chief Steward for the county's Mosquito and Vector Control District. We were not successful in being added in today's agenda, so to address the concerns of the budget inconsistencies, which are putting the community's health and well-being at risk, we are sharing our concerns through public comments today. There are several of my colleagues here who have seen these inconsistencies and are also concerned about the strains, about the district's financial health and what these financial strains mean for the community. I invite them to stand so you can see that this issue impacts every part of our district. We are here today to respectfully request that LAFCO review the district's budget. The district is not part of the general fund. It is specifically funded through benefit assessment paid through property taxes, meaning our funding should not be a problem. However, we are now facing a deficit. Over the last 2 years, we have repeatedly asked for transparency and clarity on the budgetary shortfalls of the district and an explanation for the approximately 40% of our budget being paid to the Consumer and Environmental Protection Agency in overhead costs for services that remain unclear. Our questions are either ignored or we are provided with unclear information, and we have resorted to requesting information through public requests, and even those documents are unclear as to how district money is being spent. We are already seeing budget constraints due to approximately 40% overhead costs and how the budget restrictions are causing negative impacts in our community. For example, as a technician, I work directly with the public to address their issues, and I am often asked why certain services are no longer provided. Many community members know who we are and the services we provide, and yet those are slowly dwindling and they are seeing that themselves. We are coming to you to investigate the inconsistencies that we found and to do a financial review to ensure the district is able to do what it was created for, protect the community from vectors and vector-borne diseases. As a follow-up, we asked to be placed on the agenda for February 4th's meeting to further hear possible solutions and your findings on the concern. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Leah, followed by Kathy.
Sorry, Chair, I just have a
Oh,
quick
excuse me, I
comment
didn't
to the
see you.
speaker. Yes, I know we're not supposed to deal with any issues today. I'm not planning to do that, but I just want to advise the speaker, if you could make a list of all the services that's been discontinued, as you mentioned, please let me know what has been discontinued and when. I would like to get a list of those. That would be very helpful for me separately. And you can also send to the board in the future. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Leah, and I'm a SEIU 521 steward for the county's Mosquito and Vector Control District. I'm here to advocate for a closer look at the Mosquito and Vector Control's financial accounting due to the lack of transparency from the Consumer and Environmental Protection Agency, who oversees the Vector Control Fund from fiscal year 2014 to date. I have attended labor management meetings with SEPA, and us stewards have asked to see the financial documents due to discussions about the district's surplus money significantly decreasing. Many times, these documents were not provided and at times were denied. So, We had to go through public record requests and comb through publicly available audits and reports and cross-reference the numbers to get an idea of the district's financial standing. From the documents, there has been a 231% increase in overhead costs to date. In 2025, the overhead costs accounted for 38% of the total expenditures, having to use 3.7 million of the reserve money that we had. Approximately 40% of budget costs are not being funneled back into the community for services they already paid for. In comparison, the overhead costs of other dependent districts range from 10% to 16% of their total expenditure. Other dependent districts know the specifics on how their overhead was calculated. However, in Santa Clara County, it is unclear how SEPA staff overhead costs are calculated, as the cost percentages allocated to the Vector Control Fund vary wildly from SEPA employee to employee. No explanation for cost allocations such as full-time equivalent calculations have been documented. On the behalf of my colleagues, we are asking for transparency on the overhead cost allocation. We are respectfully requesting that LAFCO review the district's budget to ensure our special district is able to provide continued service to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Kathy Tran, followed by Caria Vasquez.
Madam Chair,
Oh, yes.
could staff indicate whether we audit the vector control district? Are they part of our rotation for that?
Yes, Santa Clara Valley, Santa Clara Vector Control and Mosquito Abatement District is a district under LAFCO jurisdiction. It was part of a service review that LAFCO has conducted previously, but was included as part of many other service special districts.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Kathy Tran, and I'm asking the Commission, along with my colleagues, to conduct a financial review of the Mosquito and Vector Control District, because there has been cuts and delays in services to the public, and we deeply care about the public and ensuring that their money is being spent. I started at the district 2 years ago and have been an operations aide since, and I have also worked out of class as the Vector Control's Community Resource Specialist. So far in my time at the district, I started to notice a number of changes to the outreach program, starting with a 50% decrease in community education presentations and public events from early 2024 to late 2025. We have been invited and asked to attend events and presentations. However, I've been repeatedly instructed that we cannot attend due to budget issues, as most events and presentations have been requested on a weekend, which would then require overtime. At these events and presentations, we teach residents how to prevent vector-borne diseases, inform them about services their property tax dollars already fund, and reduce mosquito, rodent, and wildlife risks before they become public health risk. These missed opportunities mean community members lose access to essential information that keeps them and their community safe. These interactions are being restricted, and the community becomes less informed and less protected. If the district services continue to be cut and delays in disease testing happen, consequences for public health will be profound. Santa Clara County and its neighbors, including surrounding counties, will face higher mosquito populations, more bites, and elevated risk from diseases. Residents will face out-of-pocket costs for rodents and wildlife inspections that we used to provide at no additional cost. And without adequate surveillance, we have little to no or even delayed data on disease testing in the county, leaving our communities blind to these risks. The community will continue to pay through their property taxes while receiving far less protection. We are here today because we want Santa Clara County residents to remain safe. And so again, we are asking you to conduct a full financial review for the Mosquito and Vector Control District. And we also ask that funding be transparent and aligned with the district's core public health mission. Thank you for your time and for prioritizing the health and safety of our community.
Thank you. Next, we have Karia, and then after that, we have Manu.
Hello. My name is Clara LAFCO, and I'm an operations aide who often works out of class as a technician in Santa Clara County Mosquito and Vector Control District. Financial constraints have been affecting how we operate, in turn affecting the community by the services we provide and their health. The district's response to the invasive mosquitoes, Aedes aegypti, has been significantly slower than that of other districts facing the same issues and who have addressed it earlier than our county. Different counties have created an entirely separate program dedicated to handle the invasive mosquito, to keep the invasive mosquito population at bay and to ensure that the public is aware of the situation. Unfortunately, we aren't able to respond the same way because our budget does not allow us to, for more staff to this emerging public health threat. We have been working within these boundaries by pulling technicians out from their zones, resulting in slower response times for our native species breeding sources and other service requests. In the past, prior to our findings of the invasive mosquito, our surveillance and operations program has been sufficient with the workflow with the assistance of summer interns. While the summer interns have their own project to work on, they also help our vector ecologists with field work and operations. However, this past year, we could not hire any summer interns due to the budget restrictions. This has caused our vector ecologists to be preoccupied with field work, which delays their ability in disease testing. Disease testing with fleas and ticks has been delayed for about 3 to 4 months now, and this continues to show that the taxpayers are not being helped because the results are too late. Mosquitoes are the biggest part of our work, and West Nile virus is a mosquito disease that the district tests and educates the public about. Due to the inability to hire summer interns, our surveillance team could not adequately place mosquito traps around the county. Inadequate mosquito sampling results in less accurate disease testing of West Nile virus and could cause more humans to become infected. There was about an 18% decrease of deployed traps that were set in Santa Clara County from 2024 to 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. And our last speaker on this item, Manu.
Good afternoon. My name is Manu, and I'm a senior technician at Santa Clara County Mosquito and Vector Control. I have proudly served our county with this district for 26 years. The services we provide are crucial in safeguarding our communities from the dangers of mosquitoes and other harmful vectors. I stand before you today alongside with my colleagues because we have serious and urgent concerns about the future of this district and the health of the community we serve. Over the course of my career, I have witnessed significant challenges, including emergence of West Nile virus and 4 major invasions of dangerous mosquito species in our county. Through the strength of our programs, we successfully eradicated 3 of these invasions, protecting the public from serious health risks. However, the 4th invasion, the one we are currently confronting, remains unresolved and uncertain. Unfortunately, due to current budget constraints, we are operating with fewer staff across all areas. This reduction in staffing has forced our technicians, who play a vital role on the front lines, to take on additional responsibilities, such as lab work, mosquito trapping, and workload of SEPA aides on top of their regular field duties. Every time a technician is diverted from the field, our ability to respond quickly and effectively is diminished. Our resources are stretched thin, and we can no longer afford to be in more than one place at a time. Over the past 26 years, I've seen our community grow and thrive, yet our district's resources and staffing have not kept pace with this growth. We serve one of California's wealthiest, most populous, and largest county, but our staffing level and budget simply don't reflect that reality. Our community deserves better. We have compiled a packet of supporting documents that detail the financial challenges we face and how that has and will continue to impact the health of our community. We respectfully ask you, LAFCO commissioners, to review our budget and the information we've provided and take the necessary steps to ensure that we are adequately funded to protect the health and safety of our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Sonia, are there any members of the public who wish to speak online on items not on the agenda?
Madam Vice Chair, there are no speakers on this item on Zoom or from Gilroy City Hall.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Madam Chair, I have a quick question for our, I guess, our council. Excuse my ignorance on this issue. I really should know more, being also on the board of supervisors here too. How is the funding of this district being collected again? This is not from the county general fund. This is completely separate from.
Yeah, I don't think at this time we're able to.
To go into discussion,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if you could get that to me separately, I appreciate our agenda. I just need to learn more about the district.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
And so I was just going to mention a few
Okay,
words,
great, thank
if
you.
you don't mind. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Since this item is not on the agenda, I want to suggest that any information that you'd like to share with the commissioners, and it will be shared to all of the commissioners, please send it to the clerk and the staff. And, we will have the staff, we'll refer it to the staff to either bring it back or give their recommendation to the commission. So thank you for being here today and for bringing it to our attention. Unfortunately, we were not able to take any action on it at this time, but that information should go to all of the commissioners. So thank you. Okay, we're going to, since there's no other members of the public who wish to speak on an item not on the agenda, we are going to close public comment and move on to approval of the consent calendar. And the consent calendar will be item number 4, which is the approval of minutes. Item 8, amendment to service agreement between LAFCO and COVIV for website hosting and maintenance. Item number 9, adoption of schedule for 2026 LAFCO meetings. Item 10, appointment of chairperson and vice chairperson. Item 11, executive officer's report. And item 12, Cal LAFCO related activities. This is proposed for, unless someone would like to pull an item from consent, is suggested to be on consent. Are there any requests to either add items, pull items, make changes? We're going to go to Commissioner Turner.
I was just going to say, so moved.
Okay. Go ahead. Commissioner Kishimoto.
I was going to suggest we add, there's an item on newspaper number 14 or something.
We have item number 14, articles and newsletters.
Could we add that to consent?
Is that
And
okay
14
with,
and 15.
the maker of the motion?
Yes.
And 15,
Yep, thank you.
correspondence as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Wonderful. So we have added items 14th and 15th to the consent, and there's a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Bell? Commissioner Kishimoto?
Aye.
Commissioner Lee?
Aye.
Commissioner Trumbull?
Yes.
Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Kame.
Oh, my apologies. Was there anyone who wanted to speak on consent items?
No, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, there's no one on Zoom or from Gilroy City Hall.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm sorry I got that in the reverse order, but aye.
Great.
Okay. My first time. Okay, we are now moving on to item number 5, comprehensive review and update of LAFCO policies. We are at chapter 3.9, incorporation policies. Is there a staff report?
Yes. Today, we bring forward the proposed updates to LAFCO's incorporation policies, as shown in Attachment A. This is the last work item in our multi-year comprehensive review and update of LAFCO policies. Most of what you see here today are existing policies that's been reformatted and reorganized. However, with support from our legal counsel, we're proposing some very minor, non-substantive changes, and we've shown them in track changes in Attachment A. So the current incorporation policies, they've been restructured as an individual numbered chapter with corresponding numbered policies and subtitles to be part of a single policies and procedures manual. We've added new references to relevant code sections in state law where appropriate, and we've added new language that has been added to reflect state law and to document our current and long-standing Santa Clara LAFCO practices and procedures. Therefore, we're asking the Commission today to adopt the proposed updated Chapter 3.9 incorporation policies as shown in Attachment A, and to determine that the proposed update is exempt from CEQA as we've detailed in our staff report. And with that, we're happy to answer any questions from the Commission. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commissioners at this time? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing. Speakers in the chambers will be called first, followed by speakers participating virtually. Each speaker will have 3 minutes, and I do have a request to speak form from Sharon Luna, and we'll ask you to come forward and share your thoughts, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, LAFCO members. My name is Sharon Luna, and I'm with the San Martin Neighborhood Association. I'm also on the San Martin Planning Advisory Committee, and I'm also on Spruce Up San Martin Committee. I first received this agenda. I actually listened to your last month's recording. I can't attend all meetings, so I listened to the recordings. And Supervisor Arenas was actually surprised that there was no public comment in regard to some of the issues that you're hearing today. And so I listened to the information, and what I'm requesting, and I will be speaking more on item number 6 also, is that you involve the community in regard to any changes that you are implementing. As you're aware, San Martin was involved in incorporation in 2007, I believe, and it was quite interesting on the documents that I've read, how this all went into play. I know that you are making some changes, and I think it's good. We did have LAFCO come out to one of our SIMPAC meetings, but I think the more that you involve the community in any changes that you make, that you should come out, and we would welcome you to come out to the SIMPAC or even a San Martin Neighborhood Association meeting and get involved and hear what's going on. Sometimes what happens is that this starts, changes start, and then you go into another direction. And so we want to stay on top, is if right now we're unincorporated, what is the future going to bring for us? And so it's a case of wanting to be informed so that way we can make good decisions and decisions that include all of us. We recognize that you are our leaders, but I think it's important that you have a voice also in our community. And I do thank you. I found the LAFCO information that was provided to be very interesting. But we need to start working together, we need to be transparent and willing to work with the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your thoughts. Is there anybody online?
Madam Chair, there are no speakers on this item on Zoom or from Gilroy City Hall.
Thank you very much. I will now close the public hearing. And is there any discussion from the commissioners? Is there a motion to adopt staff recommendation? You have, go ahead. Commissioner Kishimoto.
Thank you. Let's see, here. So I think the question is, so this applies to the cities, and for special districts, is this?
These incorporation policies,
Just for cities?
okay, this is
Okay.
for forming a new city, so
Oh,
this
okay.
would be unincorporated areas
Right,
for the
right.
most part.
Okay. So like if for some reason there's anyone proposing to create a new special district, this.
That would
it
not be this process.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for that clarification. And yeah, with that, I'm happy to make the motion to adopt these. That's as recommended by staff.
Second.
Anybody else? No? Very good. There's a motion and a second to adopt staff's recommendation. Sonia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Bell? Commissioner Kishimoto?
Yes.
Commissioner Lee?
Aye.
Commissioner Trumbull?
Yes.
Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Kame.
Yes, thank you very much. Great. Moving on to item number 6, countywide water and wastewater service review request for proposals. The recommended action from staff is to authorize staff to issue a request for proposal for professional services firm to prepare a countywide water and wastewater service review and delegate authority to the LAFCO chair to enter into agreement with the most qualified consultant as determined by the consultant interview panel in an amount not to exceed $160,000, which may be amended with a contingency amount up to $10,000, and to execute any necessary amendments subject to LAFCO's council's review and approval. Okay, is there any staff?
I feel like you've covered most of that, honestly. So I think, we're happy to take any questions. If we're authorized today, we'll release the RFP and we'll convene a consultant interview panel consisting of a subgroup of our TAC members. And they will interview the qualified consultants and make a recommendation. And if authorized, the chair may enter into an agreement with the most qualified consultant. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to go to public comment first, and each speaker will have 3 minutes. And we have Sharon Luna again, if you could come forward.
Do I need to introduce myself again, or? Okay. Sharon Luna. I live in San Martin, and I felt it was very important to attend this meeting in person. I could have done it on Zoom. But it's also to get an understanding of what we are doing with the water and wastewater. I understand from reading the documents that you're looking for a consultant to go through the water companies and the water issues that are taking place in the county, be it unincorporated county of San Martin. Again, I'm going to ask that you include the community. We have gone through these water issues. We have, had issues where the Morgan Hill to Gilroy pipe to the waste water treatment had difficulties, and due to the growth, and sewage has spilled over San Martin properties. It wasn't that we received help from the county. It was that residents had to go before the City Council of Morgan Hill and get some help. We want the county, we want LAFCO to be able to involve the community in any water issues. We have one right now with a small water company that serves 450 users. However, one of those users is the San Martin Gwynn School, which holds over 700 students. And we have a lot of power outages out there, and the power goes out and so they do not have facilities. They have to, Morgan Hill Unified School District has to bring in porta potties and bottled water. And when kids have an opportunity to take advantage of no facilities, everybody has to go to the bathroom. So again, what we're asking is that you involve us in the process, you hear what we have to say, and if you're hiring a consultant, is ensure that they come to the community. We've had consultants, money is spent, with consultants, and then they come back to the county and that money is no longer, nobody takes the idea. So it is very important that we watch how we spend our tax money, involve the public. Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone online or in the Gilroy City Hall location?
Madam Vice Chair, there are no speakers on this item on Zoom or from Gilroy City Hall.
Thank you. Now I'll open it up for commission discussion or a motion. Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Kishimoto.
Thank you. Yes, I think I missed it when it first came around, so I apologize.
No, it's okay.
But I guess when I was reviewing this, I did have a couple questions as to the scope of it. And I don't know if it needs to be incorporated into the wording, but I know there's going to be a TAC, and there's going to be a couple members on here. But so one question is, when you evaluate the water districts and such, are you going to be evaluating it for the scenarios of a long-term drought? That's one, like a 4 or 5 year drought, and then the second is, are they also going to be evaluated for providing water for fire suppression? Since we talked a lot about the wildland fires.
Great, thank you.
I'll try to provide a little more clarity on both of these. In terms of the long-term drought, I know that that is an issue that is looked at in the urban water management plans. They're required to look at, they're required to do a drought risk assessment, and they're looking at I believe it's a 4 or 5 year period. So that's one of those things that we just naturally would include as basic information in our profile as we look at the different jurisdictions. And I know there's a few other places in the urban water management plan where they talk about drought. And I did take a look at our last review when we looked at water concerning fire protection or prevention. And I did notice we do usually have a chapter or section talking about emergency uses. And that's where we delve into reliability and hydrants and that sort of thing. So and that again is very, I think, standard at this point for LAFCO. But we can definitely make sure that that's addressed. It should be addressed in any service review like this.
Okay, I'm sure. I'm sure it will be looked at, and for fire, obviously, it's going to be the water pressure at that time, as well as the total volume that's going to be available. And I'm sure our Commissioner Bell probably has a lot of thoughts about that too, since he's on the water board. But okay, well, thank you for allowing me to make those suggestions.
Anyone else? Okay, is there a motion to approve staff recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second? Great. There's a motion and a second to approve staff's recommendation. Sonia?
Commissioner Bell? Yes. Commissioner Kishimoto?
Yes.
Commissioner Lee? Commissioner Trumbull?
Yes.
Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
Vice Chair Kame?
Aye. Thank you. Now we will move on to item number 7, Annual Financial Audit Report ending June 30th, 2025. Let's see here. LAFCO's independent auditor, Paul Pham, partner at Siobhan and Associates, will provide a brief presentation to the LAFCO audit report. And then also, is it going to be available by Zoom too? Okay. No, but I mean, whatever he presents is going to also show up. Yes. Okay. Very good. Welcome.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, commissioners and staff. I appreciate you inviting me out to share with you the results of the June 30th, 2025 audit. I'll start out by talking about some of the auditing standards, go into some key financial highlights, and then right into the audit results. And please feel free to ask questions along the way at any point. So the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, they put out statements of auditing standards, which we adhere to in our audit. And then because LAFCO is a local government agency, the Government Accountability Office, they put out government auditing standards, which we also utilize in the audit as well. Okay, so as far as the financials, let me reference you to the report here on table 1 of page 7 in the MD&A that you're looking at. What you see is that the net position did decrease by just over 66,000. And a lot of that, if you could go to table 2 on page 8, what you'll see is the pension liabilities and the OPEB and stuff like that, and LAFCO share for those employees, that's been kind of the big driver in a lot of the fluctuations and ups and downs for LAFCO. But the deficit, you can think a lot of that is really kind of an accounting number, because the pension liability is something that you pay down the road. So the important thing for LAFCO is just that they're able to pay their annual required contributions each year. So it is a little bit misleading, the deficit, and it is a real number, just that it's a future liability similar to like Social Security and stuff. So with that, if there aren't any questions on the financial numbers, I can go into the audit results. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, and so as far as the financial statements, we issued an unmodified opinion. That basically means that the financial statements were fairly presented in all material respects. When it comes to the agency's internal controls over financial reporting and on compliance, our audit did not identify any deficiencies in internal controls over financial reporting that we considered to be material weaknesses, and our test disclosed no instances of non-compliance or other matters that are required to be reported under government auditing standards. We did not have any significant uncorrected adjustments, no difficulties during an audit, no disagreements with management. So overall, great audit again, and I want to thank Nalima and her team for their help getting through the audit. So I'll open up for questions if anyone has any.
Great. Thank you so much for that presentation. Before we go to the commissioners, I don't have any speaker cards. Are there any speakers online or at the Gilroy facility?
Madam Vice Chair, there are no speakers on this item by Zoom or by Gilroy City Hall.
Okay. We will then close public comment and see what commissioners, if you have any questions. Is there a motion to adopt the recommended action? Great. Since there are no questions, thank you so much, and we're delighted that there were no issues. Um, Sonia, can you call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Bell? Commissioner Kishimoto? Commissioner Lee? Commissioner Trumbull?
Yes.
Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
Vice Chair Kamei?
Yes, thank you very much. Let's see here. We had a series of consent items that were already approved, so let's jump down to item number 13, Commissioner Reports. Are there any commissioner reports in your capacity as a commissioner to let us know? I just want to let you know that since being elected to the Cal LAFCO board, this week I did have orientation with the new executive director, and it looks like it's going to be interesting. There are a lot of changes that are happening at the state level, and so I'll be bringing information back in terms of how that goes and what's happening at Cal LAFCO. Okay. Okay, and with, yes. Oh, I keep looking over here, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Commissioner Chapman.
Thank you. I know it's a little off topic, but I just want to congratulate the new vice chair and the new chair.
That
And
little
also to
thing.
share, and a good thanks to Nalima, who did an excellent presentation at the special district meeting on Monday regarding the service review. So
Oh, great.
that's it.
Anything else over there? No, sorry, I always look on this side. I got to start looking on both sides. So, yes.
Chikame, I just wanted to say that about the audit, I should have said it on that item, but wanted to thank the county controller's office and the county executive's office, the accounting staff who helped us tremendously with the numbers and providing the information for the audit. So just for the record, I wanted
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much. And so we will make sure that message gets back to everyone. So thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, now we are going to move on to item number 16, which is performance evaluation, and it is the public employee performance evaluation of the LAFCO executive officer. This is a closed session item. Commissioners and LAFCO council will leave the public meeting for the closed session. LAFCO staff will continue to be present at this public meeting. At the end of the closed session, commissioners will rejoin the public LAFCO meeting, and LAFCO council will report on the closed session as appropriate. So we are adjourned to closed session at this time.
You do. Do you want to keep it as a walk or a Zoom? And it all depends on how long this meeting goes.
Excuse me.
Yes,
You
sir.
staying in here?
Yes, I'll be here.
I'm going to leave my
Keep it as a
personal
walk.
computer here.
Okay, I'll be here.
I'm gonna try to squeeze in.
Okay, we are now back from closed session, and if our legal counsel will report.
Thank you, Vice Chair. There's no reportable action from closed session.
Thank you so much. And that leads us to item 18, where we're adjourned at 2:22. Thank you. Thank you for being here.